Good morning. This morning we're actually in a little trailer park here in Oklahoma City, and the thing about driving into these is you never know what you'll find. I was randomly driving through it. This says I am where I'm supposed to be, but I ain't found where I'm supposed to be yet because I don't see it. You never know what you're gonna find. Hit back in a trailer park or something like that, you know. So I've got to see if I can find this gentleman's. Lot 15 is what I'm looking for. Dang, fanciest little trailer hood I've ever seen. It's got a nice little swimming pool set up. We didn't have them back around where I'm at. We don't have swimming pools in them. I was hoping I could see one like the one I grew up in, 1969, baby. Oh, single wide. All right, I'm gonna have to call this guy. Well, I found it. And y'all know I can't pass up opportunity to get one of these bad mama jimmas, right? When I was out in California, visiting my wife's family and everything, local guy sent this to me. It was on the marketplace, price was right, and you just can't pass on them. This one's interesting because it's actually on a little Mazda, which is different than our Couriers. And we'll get more into that later. Right now, I've already disrupted this place enough. I've got dogs barking left and right, you know, backing up real close to those houses over there and everything. So right now, we're just going to do what we got to do to get her on the trailer. Besides, it's starting to rain. So let's get her on, and then when we get her back home, we can give her a little better once over. How's that? Make sure she's in neutral. Park and brake in. Got decent tires on it. Oh yeah, I forgot our sway bars were hid from us up there, so we ain't gonna hook onto it. Oh, how about the double control arm swoop? Oh, she's on jack stands. All right. Now she's off jack stands. I did not see them there. Oopsie daisy. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. We caught on something. Hanging exhaust will get you. Oh, yep, there's the muffler hanging in a dangling. Just plop her on up and she'll go right on. I'm gonna try out some of the old eBay specials today. Oh, edges are already breaking, that's nice. Y'all know I'm always working with them 40-foot long straps. Hopefully them edges ain't too sharp. We'll be cutting our straps. She'll hold her, she won't. Man, we just gotta see if we can do a 30-point turn and get on out of here. Can we get up out the trailer hood? Well, he's got a nice rollback set up. Look at the big old GMC, big hunkin' mama. Snake on out of here. Dang, got the Ford with the bead locks on her. I didn't get the camera there fast enough, but she was bead locked up. All right, hang a Leroy than a Roscoe and we'll be out of here. Back to Pike County we go. Now what in the Oklahoma Nissan Titan flat towing the bug? That's what I'm talking about, baby. That's what I'm talking about. Many trucks and many cars unite. We put that Volkswagen in the back of our box. I'll haul them both. I thought damn Dale was driving that truck the way he was flat towing that bug. It took me 3 miles to catch up to him. He got on the on-ramp doing about 80. Welcome back. Now that we're back in town here, let's give her a little bit better once over, kind of check her out. Let's see what she's throwing down. I'll tell you a little bit that the gentleman told me about it, and she don't look too dirty, but if we can get her to the car wash and give her initial rinse down, that ain't gonna hurt nothing. I notice here on the back we've got our best mini mover logo yet. Now, surely out of all the box trucks I've drug home so far, these mini movers, I've let you know, these are indeed the mini movers. That's what they were called by U-Haul. Stickers up top are really good on this one. You can almost see a little bit of the logo that was there. A lot of the ones that I had, you can see some of the logo, but they did a good job of blocking out a lot of the logos too. This one don't look like anyone ever took stickers to it to cover up the old U-Haul stuff. That stuff up there, that aluminum, that's shining almost like someone had buffed it. Maybe a Wolverine buffed it. They got a little carried away down here. Damn, Freddy Krueger was out here just a scrubbing away or something. This one might be prehistoric. Old saber-toothed tiger got a hold of it. That panel's shoved in a little bit. Yeah. And she ain't wanting to relax. Relax, just relax a little bit. We can read these ones all good. Whoa, oh, luckily that sucker is empty. Now he said something about the fuel tank. He said he pulled it, had it vatted, powder coated, and put it back in with new hoses. I can't see a new hose clamp down in there. I don't think we need that anymore. Someone rigged up something on our back bumper at one point. Piece of square tubing welded on there. Last tagged in 96. Back of the old mini mover. Of course, these stickers usually are in pretty good shape because they were hid in here. Yep, I can tell someone's been in there to work on something. They don't cut it and pry it on it, try to split it open. He told me she came with the dolly in the back, which she indeed does. And that whole thing split out right there. It's all right, she'll haul. Someone added an eye bolt with, maybe there's a lock or a pin of some sort, who knows. He said they added electric fuel pump, which this thing, I don't know if the Mazdas were different or not. The Couriers come with electric fuel pump from the factory. Right back there, I see our fuel filter rigged up. Looks like they may have painted on the frame some. It's flat black. And I'm trying to see where they mounted it. And what I was curious of, and this gentleman, he was nice as can be. He told me he found it one day. They were moving some farm equipment or something, and they seen that. They asked about it. It was like him and his brother's project they were kind of messing with here or there, and then I guess his brother unfortunately passed away, and he said he's got it driving around a bit, but he just don't think he's really going to end up doing anything with it. Now, I didn't tell him about the channel or that we have these, and I was just trying to get it locked down. I was out visiting the family in California when it come up for sale, and I just PayPal'd the money, and they said they'd hold it for me, no problem. So I was driving there. I called him to let him know I was close. He said he wasn't there, but just go ahead and do what I got to do. But then he started telling me all about these things, and he said something about the Mazda. They only made them in 1983, and you know, he thought this was the only one left in the US. Now, I didn't know if he meant Mazda in particular, because all of ours are Ford Couriers, and obviously this one has a Mazda cab. Now, seeing it in the pictures, I just assumed someone had put the U-Haul box on the Mazda setup, which more than likely the chassis are the exact same. The Mazda body is the same as the Courier body. The grill's different, obviously your badging's different, the drivetrains are different. This has the Mazda engine, where the Ford actually has the Ford 2.3. So there are differences, even though they share like the same chassis, I do believe. So what I did not know was this thing actually a Mazda U-Haul, or was it my suspicion, which was the box was added to the Mazda. Interior in this sucker is pretty decent shape. She's got about all the different colors going on, though. I see we got some Puddin's Fab Shop blue there, with the dark blue there, with the dark green. So she's a little confused, but she looks pretty good. Is a little 5-speed, it looks like, where your Ford Couriers would have been the 4-speed. But what is a dead giveaway to me that this was not done by U-Haul, besides never seeing one and not really thinking it was going to be. If it was one, U-Haul, just like they sticker up the outside, the inside the box, you'll notice inside our U-Haul, the sausage wagon, all the other ones, U-Haul put stickers on the dash telling you to slow down, watch your speed, use your, you know, safety belt, whatever. They warn you out here, they warn you in there as well. So that being said, yes, someone swapped the U-Haul keychain to the Mazda ignition, but obviously this was not done by U-Haul, or she would have been decked out with the warnings. I didn't know though, and I didn't want to just try to like correct the guy and tell him he don't know what he's talking about, because we may have got the sucker and it may have been decked out with U-Haul stuff. I don't know enough about him that I'm gonna just act like I know everything about him. Now for driver quality, I think someone could just freaking scrub on this thing, throw some Mexican blanket over the seat, and you've got a pretty good driver. Headliner's decent. That'll never go back in, that's fine. What we got in here, anything good? 84 Mazda B2000 long bed. That's what we know about her. We're gonna be missing a little wiring somewhere. Now the other thing this gentleman informed me about it was it had carburetor issues or something. He told me they pulled the carburetor off, sent it all the way to Japan to have it gone through. Well, that's got a fuel door latch, maybe on the factory beds. I did not know that. Learned something new today. Pop that hood. Oh, looky there, that's cool. That's pretty neat. Cool little sportier mirrors on the Mazda. Of course this one's missing, but she's there in spirit. Fenders are whammied. Front end is full whammied. Grill, bumper, valence, lights. Ding dong rot. Yeah, a little rust down in there. Had a little rust in here. Someone gave her the old silicone fix. Mirror's actually here on this side. Got a nice little patina going on the roof. So I've seen like 3 pictures from this ad, and just because it had the box, it was within 40-30 minutes of driving, and the price was right. I bought this thing, no questions asked. And everyone says sight unseen. That's the thing to say on the YouTuber now. This was like 3 potato pictures from a cell phone on a Facebooker ad, and here we are. All right, she looks pretty decent underneath here. She is pretty clean. He did say he had to put a new radiator in it too, so I don't know if he just found one. The paint on that sucker's nice. Now this whole setup's different than our Couriers. That's another indicator that this wasn't done by U-Haul, which we kind of know anyways, but still, they have governors mounted in theirs. They've got wiring all tied in and huge relays, because they added relays to power all the running lights on the box and everything. So this for sure 1000% was not done by U-Haul. Oh, well, she's on there, but she's a flopping. Oh yeah, that carburetor is definitely fresh. I don't know if she had to ride on a boat all the way to the Japan or not. Someone put paint marker on it like they knew what they were doing anyhow. Or that could be an Amazon special. I really don't know. We're not gonna make no assumptions on it. Slave cylinder for the clutch looks pretty similar to the Couriers. Same with the master, except no, I don't think the Couriers do that there. It's got like a banjo to a Y. Battery's from 17, so if she probably ain't been started in a while. Like I said, everything looks pretty clean underneath here. We'll definitely give her a washing down underneath the hood. Just get her prepped here, you know. Don't want nothing getting in this Japan rebuilt carbureting machine. Super Wand, activate. Oh yeah, y'all see how shiny that corner is? Someone had definitely polished on some of this. A pretty cap's a happy cap. Woo, shiny frame. Be sure to get your mirror good. That's nice. Made a little bit of bubbles of rust in the corner. Free paint removal. And other than that, just a quick rinse on the body does her some good. Like I said, overall, she was pretty clean. Probably, overall, the cleanest one we drug home yet. Now, our breather, on the other hand, she's clean as far as paint condition, but she's filthy as far as dirt to eat. Our trailer needs it more than the truck. And our truck needs it more than the trailer. Oh, there's a birdie up there. All right, underneath here, it looks like someone was doing some back roading though. And this thing's about to clean up good, I guarantee it. Look at that paint already. In fact, this may be our first one we've drug home that was not plumb full of rat's nests underneath there at some point. Maybe, just maybe, that's why they swapped them. A lot of them, the U-Haul box or bodies are beat up. Maybe the body was all beat up. Oh, who knows? It was probably swapped back in the day. Who knows? I was gonna say it was probably all rat's nests. People were like, hell with that, just swap it on a Mazda. There's all your information: idle speeds, ignition timings, valve lash. She's in good shape. All the lubricants you could need. Here she is, cleaned up, and I'm not mad at it. It's pretty good for just some high pressure water. Something funny about these, your hood's obviously gonna seal right in this area and water's gonna fall. So what did they do? After putting their windshield wiper motors right there, knowing it was gonna get rained on, well, they put it in a little rubber bag. That way it's protected. Some high quality engineering. I think Mortsky engineered that. Look, there a line here running across and how that sucker loops up and whoop. The Couriers, instead of having this split here, I think they go up to proportional valve up in there. Oh, well, I've noticed now that we've washed the sucker, clutch is on E. And we'll just put this in the bed of the pick 'em up truck. All right, let's go see old Slicky Poo. How's that? Just playing. Slick wasn't at the shop. Now, I was hoping to drive this thing off the trailer. It allegedly ran when parked. Theodore! Uh-oh. Oh, yeah, I figured I was getting close to the lift. I found it. Woo! Ain't got much to spare on this side. That's tight fit. What do you think? Did you check out the new one yet? See if there's any rats underneath it, or cats, or bats, or dogs, or frogs? Yeah, I'm sleepy, Dad. So, I was gonna, like I said, I wanted to just work on it on the trailer, but it is not quit raining, so we'll just do it on the trailer, but in here, I guess. First, we're gonna start with the basics. Basics being battery. I finally got me a couple more jump packs. I used to have some of them, and then someone accidentally wired a shop to 220 on all the 120 circuits one time, and he burned them all up. I'm not sure who accidentally did that. All right, it was an honest mistake, guys. That's when I was tying in the merch shed. That week, I was working on a Mazda doing a wheel it run. Had one day that week. Check continuity where we'd cut in. I didn't kill the main breaker in the old shop, so it was back feeding. So I thought I found our first two legs, and it was just back feeding through. So yep, forgot to kill that main breaker, and it got me. Ain't no need in bringing up the past now. Notice that was shiny. Let's check it. She ain't got none in her right there. Ooh, all this cleaned up good. Just saying how our cap and wires and all that looks nice. Those don't look terribly old. Where is our dipstick? Dip is sticky. A stick of the dip. Ow. Is that full of water? Yeah, she's on there. Fairly fresh looking. Ooh, where is it? I was gonna say, that's thin looking. Looks like gas. Smells like gas. Ow! Ow, ow, ow. Don't punch that. All right, let's try this again. Let's go with a fresh stab. Pull that out. Yeah, she's got enough in her. She could use an oil change. Little fusible link. Man, this stuff looks good underneath here. Don't mind. Oh, here, we'll just put that back. Y'all didn't see that. It's It's got dual exhaust. See that? Manifold splits. What a hot rod. Belt looks nice, ain't all stripped out or cracked out, I mean. Let's slap that on our negative. And I'm positive that goes right there. Oh, key's on or something. Something's clicking. Lights are flashing. Sound like a danged old machine gun. Tat, 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 tat. This thing's got the super hazards. I was gonna say, I bet none of the back wiring's probably even hooked up. That'd have to be cut in. See a couple wires hanging, which ain't a good sign. Looks like, I don't know, maybe they started to mess with it. Oh, Theodore, enjoying your comfy bed? I was gonna ask if y'all could tell I spent a day out here organizing, guys, cleaning the shop. Top of the box, top of this, top of that. I cleaned out here for damn near a day. Cleanest this shop's been since we've moved out here and moved in. There, holy cow. Look at that hazard switch. It's a, oh, horn works. Toot toot. Full toggle up there. That's one way to do it. What is buzzing? Something's buzzing and a humming. I thought that was gonna flake all up. And it did not. That did a decent job of protecting in here. Ooh, I do like this gauge setup, or the cluster setup on this. I do like that better than the Courier's. Clutch in. I don't know we're doing anything. She's in neutral. Oh, fuel pump's chugging. Oh, it just got quiet, which means it may have caught fuel. And here comes our fuel. So if that was not good fuel, we're gonna be in bad shape, because that sight glass is plumb full. Oh, is it going past? No, it's not. Sure looks like it's trying to, though. We may have just messed up turning that on. Yeah. Choke's closing itself. I think I heard it spray. So let's just crank on it, see if she busts off for us. To running decent to not running at all. Oh, she ran out of fuel. Where did our fuel go? She must be empty. There's rough cast. There's dirty aluminum. And that's dirty too, but that baby's, she was polished too at some point. They're missing that thing, but that's all right. As long as we get fuel in her, I think we'll be doing better. She sounded decent running. No knocks, no ticks, no rattles. I ain't got a lot of it, but I got a little bit of fuel. And I just broke my stand. That's good. We don't really need a camera to hold itself up anyways, do we? Don't worry. Little duct tape fixed it right up. Little sea foam in there. What are you doing, girlie? Why are you dressed in your PJs like it's summertime or something? You ain't adjusted from that California time yet? Uh-oh. Give her a fresh gallon or two anyhow. Oh, chuck, 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 chuck. That's it. That's all she gets. Did you see the box truck I got you this morning? We're gonna fix that one up for you. What do you mean no? We're gonna paint it pink. You can try to teach them nowadays, guys, but you just can't teach good taste. Let's go key back on. Ain't seeing no more fuel yet. That glass lens is nice, and says the Nicky. That thing has to be a legit carburetor. Yep, fuel pump quieted down a hair, but we're still not seeing any fuel. Fuel pump's chugging. Fuel filter does not look the greatest. Well, shoot. Now, luckily, this is where we need to be, is right by our fender on the trailer. So that'll make it real easy to get to everything. Let's see if we can, I guess, start with our fuel filter here. Try to get it popped out. Snip. Snip. And that little wire holder. It ain't got it that much. Looks like we got zip ties as our fuel hose clamps here. Whew. The barb's got it good. We can get this side off, then it'll give us slack. Oh, of course I pulled the other side off, but I hadn't even cut the zip tie on. When you're good, you're good. Oh, now that right there is what you probably don't want your filter to look like. What do you think? Does that look good or bad?
Looks like wax.
Like wax. It's like a coffee K-cup thingy. You know, make some hot cocoa. All right, why don't you do me a favor, okay? Just watch down there. When I turn this key on, let me know if you see gas spraying anywhere. Nothing? That's not a good sign. Nothing? Nothing. All right. A leak. Water? Yeah, that's just water. All right. So we're thinking our next culprit might be the fuel pump. We know it worked a little bit, but that don't mean it can't go bad, I guess. It's kind of hard to get up underneath there and see what's going what. If it was me, we would be plumb from picking up from your tank, or would we pick up through the fuel filter? I don't know. It don't matter. Let's see if we can see what's really going on here. Here's the blanket we could patch our seat up with. Man, should make a good floor mat instead. Yeah, we're going in. All right, so that may be our pickup back there. Going through our filter, up to our pump, and then out. So if that's our pickup, we are most definitely not gonna pick up anything with our fuel. We would have only been spraying had we picked up on the back side and then pumped out through the filter, so that makes sense. We can try blowing through this just to make sure it ain't clogged up now. And we could drop this down into a bottle with some fresh fuel and see if it possibly picks up from there. And then that'll kind of eliminate a couple more things we've got going on here. Well, I got bad news. Y'all hear that knocking noise coming up there? RIP to the 20 gallon. That is definitely the pump knocking. And she is not building any air pressure. That old 20 gallon, she's been a gooder. Dad gave 20 bucks for it, cleaned the dirt daubers out of it. I worked out the old chop off of it for a few years before we got Big Blue, the old 80 gallon. Since then, I've used it out here when we were building some of this and we needed air. Obviously, we've been operating off of it. At one point, Slick worked off of it for a couple months out of his shop, all the air tools he uses and everything when his compressor was down. Overall, she's been good to us. So guys, moment of silence for old 20 gallon. She will be missed. Are you sad?
No.
It's okay, baby. Don't be sad. It's just I don't know why I just pet you like you're Theo.
Yeah.
Good girl. Well, you're sitting on the dog blanket. Theo was looking at me like, don't talk about my little human. He loves getting pet on, so he's probably happy right now. All right, so that's gonna make blowing that out difficult. Oh, no, because we got the little portable one. We ain't giving up hope yet. I know the blower tube's in here because I just put it in here yesterday when I was cleaning. Oh yeah, I even cleaned up good in here. Even cleaned up good over here. Even put a shelf over here for incoming parts. We got some Model A stuff. Got a little bit of stuff for the Travelall. She's gonna get a few upgrades. Little Toyota parts. And then some C10 stuff. Woo-hoo! Lining the projects up. And then all the parts for the fire turd are inside of it. So I didn't bother to pull all them out. Oh, it's in the truck. I actually brought the little air compressor with us in case we needed it. And we did need it, but we did not use it. So we can lock that to that. And then we can pop that on there. And we can put that in blow mode. It seemed like it was flowing to me. Our fuel filter looked bad, but I don't think it was like stopped up to the point where that's what's causing this. So we either got bad pickup down in there and it's sucking air, or it could be fuel pump as well still. Luckily, I just got a fresh new batch of the clackety-clackety-clacketies in, and I got a fuel filter too. And instead of getting in and out and doing this, doing that, I think we're just gonna swap this sucker out. And those style ones you can get like at the parts house, the universal ones, they're expensive. Back in the day, I remember being mad when they were like 40 bucks. Who knows what they cost now. They're a piece of craps, guys. It don't matter what parts house you get them from. It seems like they just break. I'd try to put them on my Chevy Lev back in the day, be putting one on at least every week or two. Not even being sarcastic, it was hell. These little cheapo clackety-clack ones, you can get like 2 for 15 bucks on eBay, which is where I get them from. And knock on wood, I've had the same one on the Yeehaw for almost 2-3 years now, however long it's been. Those things do good. If you know you're gonna be messing with something, just go ahead and order you some offline instead of overpaying and using the parts house ones that are just gonna fail you anyhow. Get our fuel filter on, 2 carbs, so we want to flow that away. Oh, water is running off the rocker down my shorts in the area that I'm not going to describe anymore, but just use your imagination. Was not planning on getting wet there. And these rubber hoses are definitely pretty fresh, not old. Still read all the writing on them and everything. Our handy dandy knife always saving us here. My hose clamps are too big, but it'll probably be a little better than the zip ties that used to be on there, maybe. Yeah, our fuel filter's fancy. Got the metal end on it. Let's kind of sort of pop that back in the holder. We'll check her real quick just because. I ain't holding my breath though. Yeah, I don't see her pulling any. That hose up there looks a little crusty actually. Yeah. Let's see here. Couple more zip ties. Oh, electrical tape. Ooh, that connection fell apart. That was being held together by the electrical tape, that one was. Looks like that's our ground. And ooh, the other one's wadded together with some other wires. Interesting. Big old hunking wire. What else is it powering? Something else. Looks like it's got the quick slip. There's a little bit of fuel coming back. Yeah. Now ours is not going to fit obviously because it has its mount built on, so we just need to remove that. Yeah. Tighten that one. This is slotted, so if we mount it like that, it'll want to bounce out of there and fall out. That's good. But if we tighten it tight enough, it won't go anywhere anyhow, will it? Does that not fit on there or something? What the heck? Well, she's tight now. She's solid. Now for our wiring, we're gonna get real fancy. I wonder what that wire was for though. Are they robbing power out of here? Unless they didn't get these working, so then someone added in a new wire to power our fuel pump. Let's do a little testing with the old meter here. Set her to DC, get your key on, and we checked in there. Looks like we're only getting 2 volts. Our big wire is 12 volts, so someone added that one. So she's rigged on a little bit. It's all right, we're about to contribute to some of that ourselves. Right now, for what we're doing, we're gonna just do the quick, old-fashioned Pot County twist and shout. Because you twist it now, and you shout later when that bad connection becomes a problem. Now I am gonna tie this wire back in, even though it's dead. However, it may be dead, but we may be back feeding some stuff we need. Hush it up. I know that's not the best, but this is not El Permanente. Unless it works really good, then it may stay forever. But we're just trying to see if we can get her running again. See what kind of other problems she has. See if I can suck fuel through this. Oh yeah, fuel's coming. Put our last hose back on there and tighten her up. Y'all keep an eye on that fuel filter for me. Is she filling? Is she filling? Oh, I see a little bit trying to come. Come on, baby. Oh yeah. She's going in a flowing, which means our sight bowl should be filling up. It is. Not as fast as I would hope for it to be. Well, it's just barely trickling in, ain't it? I mean, we didn't put much fuel in there. Maybe it's just riding right at where the pickup tube is. She's drinking the fuel faster than she can pump it. We're gonna go get a little petrol. It only seems appropriate to take the OG here to get the fuel. Maybe y'all can see why I say I like them Mazda dashes better. This got the double cojones, the double chested breasted gauges. Come out to the tip point. And if you hadn't seen, you can see what I mean about all the other U-Haul stuff that would be in here. Warning, door may still be open by inside door handle when door is locked. Keep the children away. Also behind her should be the record maintenance, service records. Yeah, PM maintenance, preventative maintenance. Let's go see how squirrely this mud is right here. Guarantee you one thing, that Mazda don't want to line up next to this 2-3 Ford. Yeehaw so fast I done made it there and back and a slick appeared and y'all didn't even see it happen because it's so fast. You think this Mazda can beat the Yeehauler?
I don't think so.
Ain't no chance.
We need to race them all one day.
We need to look up what that motor size is. The sticker said 120 cubic inch. I don't know what that converts to. I don't know how to do the converting. Oh, in my head I thought it was I thought these things came with like 1.8 liters. Or are they 2 liters? I think they're 2 liters. Let's see. Yep, 2 liter. With a whopping 80 horsepower. She better pack a lunch if she's going to try to line up with the Yeehaw.
I think it's going to be Toyota first. I think then half haul. Then the Love.
Oh, God. I think you're being generous there.
No, the Love's fast. And then the Yeehaw and then this. And then the Datsun, because the Datsun
yeah. We weren't even going to bring the Datsun into this. We didn't want to make her cry.
Slow.
Okay. I'm going to say Toyota, because that thing screams. The half-haul's good. It's not as good as it was when it had the Holly and was at that peak performance.
It was wicked, man.
It was wicked.
You think it'd be a close race between the half-haul and the...
Yeehaw?
Yeah.
Probably-ish.
I think the Love's got to be right there with those two. It's pretty fast.
All right. We ain't going to be able to race none of them because none of them's ever going long enough to race each other. So let's see if we can get this one going with a little fuel in it. I can hear it hitting the bottom of the tank like it's empty. So this thing must have been like empty. Fuel pump chugging again. And I see her pulling a little bit of fuel. And that fuel looks a lot better than the old crap that was in there. But she still ain't pulling a lot of bit of fuel. Alright. Let's unhook her one side here. And I'm going to try to suck on this and see if I can feel if it's clogged up or not. Well, it sucked through just fine. Maybe she just ain't, maybe she's got too much air in her. Just fine. It is not clogged up. I was thinking maybe it's picking crap up down in the tank and getting clogged.
More fuel.
Start the sucker up. She's got fuel in the bowl. Trying to figure out if these little cheap fuel pumps that I just talked up very well, if this one's happens to be a bad one. We're bypassing our fuel tank, obviously, and she still ain't sucking no fuel. You pop that key on, Slick. Ain't seen none yet. Start her up. Have that bowl up there's full. What the French? Why can't we get fuel? We swapped out the fuel pump. I'd hooked up our pickup tube from here and it sucked up fuel and filled up our bowl. And now, hook it back up to the tank and we ain't get diddly again. Swap her back to the fuel tank, or the gas can, I mean. We ain't getting nothing again.
Just buy a bunch of junky fuel pumps? What?
They each got one in them. Let's get some air out.
Yeah, there it goes.
She's trying her hardest.
That's weird. I've never had that problem, have you?
Huh. No, and it's just acting like it's sucking air. If it was just sucking air, it should have got the air out of there and then start spraying like crazy. Make sure that's down in the fuel there. What do we got going on here? Oh, here we go. Here we go. Here comes the fuel. All right, I think we may have to do that, but after we put it back on the tank, Slick.
You trying to run for a minute?
Well, no, because we started getting fuel, but the bowl still ain't filled up. What the French toast? But it's trying to come out of there. Yeah, it's coming out of there good. So is our needle stuck? Seeing the carb all the way to Japan for a stuck needle or what? Getting a little fuel in her now. Fire up, Slick. Woo! Couple revs and she quieted down. She's holding right at the level. I mean, just dead nuts perfect. And you think your love's gonna beat that?
I said
not today.
I said to have
not today, Junior.
We'll find out.
Let's kill her. All right, we got her running off of this one. Now let's see if we can get her running off of that one. Do you remember seeing these little U-Hauls anywhere?
Oh, yeah.
You remember them?
Yeah.
The mini movers?
Well, I don't know about the mini mover. I've seen the small ones, but if I do, that's 40-something years ago. I can't remember that.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Well, we're still pumping good right now. Let's just fire up and see if it goes.
That's new.
May have to hold that throttle full pegged. Maybe she flooded. I was gonna say, filter ain't filling up. That ain't good. Dang it. Oh, it's still full of fuel. Hold on. Before you start her, let me see it move. Does she have a vacuum leak somewhere? Let's look for anything big and obvious real quick. I bet that. Oh, no, that's plugged. That's a twist nut. Where are... Here, I'm gonna hold it.
Ready?
Yep. We're on a fine line here. Go ahead. She idled up for a second. Sure is smoking. Well, it don't look too dark.
Where were you spraying when it idled up?
I sprayed in here, but then I sprayed back there again and it did not idle up. And all of these ones, that's crankcase there. All this is going. None of this crap even matters, guys. It's a bunch of stupid bull crap. Don't even need to be on here. Surely it ain't that. That's a twist nut. Nothing wrong with that plug right there. Unless that's cracked open and it's sucking through that.
Put your finger over it and start it again.
Well, did that just come off there? Because if so, that's a problem right there. Go ahead. That's why I like to take these carburetors and throw them in the scrap pile, guys. Hell with sending them to Japan. Hell with trying to rebuild them. I ain't had one yet that I've liked.
I think I know where some more Holler the Ford carburetors are.
Yeah, we'd have to have a adapter of some sort.
You got a welder.
She needs a Weber on her. That's what she needs. That'll make it happy.
You got the one, did you ever get one for the Datsun?
One's on the Datsun. I got one for the Love. See that little booger there? That was one of our 17 vacuum hoses on this side. It went down underneath the intake, did the swoop-de-doo right there, and went down to nothing as far as I could tell. I also unplugged that one, tucked it right there, unplugged that and that, because who needs them anyhow? Those are too small. Dang it! Oh! Oh! About ate it. About ate it worse than that Chevrolet Love's gonna when it lines up next to the Yeehaw.
Oh, here we go.
Go slap the starter on it, see what happens.
I will.
I'll drag it with half your Pontiac in the back of the U-Haul right now.
Oh.
Then that Pontiac better pack a lunch next.
What are you gonna beat me with? What are you gonna race the Pontiac with? You ain't got nothing fast enough for the Pontiac.
Yeehaw.
You wish.
Don't make me fire up the Torolla.
The old boot scooting.
Alright. Let's just assume this motor don't need all these vacuum hoses. We'll plug all these. Well, well, well. What's on the backside there? That's another big one right there. They're going manifold vacuum to our Advance. That's why she's running so good. Got all the time in there, just that idle.
Yeah. Somebody just out here just hooking it lines up wherever they.
Yeah. People were just, if this line will hook up here, we're putting it there. All right. Slap a cap on that. Right there, I think we're fixing at least 2 vacuum leaks. I had the idle up so much, it's probably gonna be idled up now. She's running more stable. You can see the motor ain't bouncing plumb around from the vacuum leaks. What's tricky on these is the idle. You'll see a screw down there and it's not it. You gotta cycle this sucker. Once you cycle it, way down there, that's it. So you gotta cycle it to be able to get to it. She ain't smoking.
Not bad.
And luckily the screw's pretty stripped out down here, go figure. All right, we'll try it right in there. Go ahead. We're getting closer. What is this? All right. Let's say it's gotta have something else going on with it. She's still kind of wobbling around a little bit. Try again. We'll replace that Pot County plug with a proper one. All right. I wonder if it's giving it fuel levels high.
Like too much fuel?
Yeah, too much maybe. Did we ever get fuel in our fuel filter? We've had to have, as much as she's ran. A lot of vacuum hoses. I just pulled all that crap off, guys. It's going a bunch of stuff we're not worried about right now. She's pulling some fuel, obviously, even though this is staying empty.
I think too that hose is at an angle, so I think all the fuel is going down. That would normally be in the filter. I think it's going down in that hose, maybe. So.
She's drinking it as fast as she can pump it, I guess. This video alone will be proof of why I hate these carburetors. Oh, man. Wrong size. Oh, that sure is loose. From that. And our, yeah, look at that. Get all that trash in there. We need to clean all that up. And next up, we're gonna pull this apart. We are gonna adjust on our float, try to get the level down here to the line. And I can see there's trash in our bowl in here anyways. So we're not gonna hurt it then by getting in there and cleaning this out. What's the worst that's gonna happen? She don't run good. I think y'all have seen me work on, I don't know, probably 10 of these carburetors. Never have luck with one of them yet.
You do glue it in there?
Now there's a seal back there that seals it too. That is a chunk of glass. And then that glass holds on your little bushing, and that retains all of this. So if we're wanting that as it floats up, to seal that up quicker, we need to bend that little tang right there up a little bit. Yeah. Ooh, that was a lot of bit. Next, see all that right there? That's not what you want floating around in your bowl and getting up in your needle and seat and all that good stuff. Yeah, she is clean once that's blasted out. Now, we just gotta go back together, but not drop nothing. Yeah, don't worry about that. Oh, shaky hands McGee's got us here. How are we supposed to do these? Because this has to hook on there, which it may have not been, which could have been part of our problem on pulling it down. There we go.
Bushing.
Now I know what you're thinking. Oh, that's pretty cool. That's nice. They made it so serviceable. That's because it has to be. Because you will always be messing with these things non-stop. I've never met anyone who really just enjoys these carburetors.
I can tell you what, whoever marked this so they know that you turn the screws, thought you wouldn't be into this thing.
Yeah. All right, now that one, we're just gonna snug that to kind of hold that. And then let me clean this stuff up. On one side, we got the copper washer. On the other side, we got the aluminum. And on this side, we got all the debris. And right down there in our needle and seat, I don't know if y'all can see, there's a nice chunk of rubber. All right, going back together. I just gotta get that kind of centered up in that. What's the worst that could go wrong here? Give me the hammer, Slick. Oh, that's good. It fell down in there already. Which is why we only put one screw in the little cover. There we go. Got her started this time. It does help when you try to put that on the proper way instead of upside down. Who would have thunk it? Put the cover on. Banjo back on. Give her some power there, Slick. Was that fuel pump on? What in the devil? We pulled vacuum lines and cleaned out a bowl and made the fuel pump quit working? Magic. Well, it was down there. I mean, what could we have messed with up here? There's no way it's relying on some of this crap.
Yeah, it could be that.
That is fine.
Seems legit.
Regulator. This is the one. That right there is what's feeding the fuel pump. I almost guarantee it.
Just had her tucked in there. How we got?
Is the key on?
Ready?
Yeah, whip her on. She chugging now, ain't she? Here comes the fuel again.
Seems legit.
It just comes so slow. I don't know if it's because this is regulated so small. Careful sparking, we may blow up. all that fuel we got everywhere. Hold on. It looks like it's still shooting air or something. Well, see, we got pressure right there. I did pretty good on our adjusting the thing because right now it's kind of right at it. Is it coming? So that may be better. Try firing her up. Let's see what happens. That's better. What a turd. Go ahead. Are you holding that? It's idling itself there. This thing idles when it wants, and it sometimes after you rev it once, it may not idle again. For now, we're gonna leave it right there. Trash. Them carburetors, trash, 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 trash. And the float level line that I thought I had set perfect, it sat right there at the line for a while. It's up past it again. Trash. Our clutch here, the master cylinder, is not looking too promising. She has about a 1/4 inch of fluid. However, when I was in there and fired it up, I pushed in the clutch and it felt like it had a clutch. So I'm gonna have Slick push on it. And hey, yes sir. That 1/4 inch of fluid's doing it, ain't it? What's the brakes feel like? Whole lot of nothing?
Rock hard.
We'll take it. We just need to be able to grab gears. We don't need to be able to stop. Ooh, that's what we want, all that nasty fluid going down in there. In theory, if it'll half idle again, we know we can shift it into reverse if we put some wheels and tires on the back that aren't low or flat. I don't know why I said low like it had a little bit. They're flat. Or are they just a little low? Yeah, I'd say they're a little low. We should be able to drive this thing off the trailer, which was my goal for the day. Why? Just because it's good to set goals. Some people ask sometimes, like, why do you mess with that if you know you wouldn't use that carburetor? Why would you try to get that blue Chevy running if you know you'd never use that engine? Because the job is to create content. So that's what we're doing. We're creating content. Ooh, milkshake, yummy. Pump on her now, Slick. Still feel good? Clutch fixed for now. Well, I'm gonna kind of clean up my mess, and we probably need to put a little water in her where she'll stay cool. Speaking of cool, Slick, let them know what you got going on.
We started a YouTube channel, me and Charlie. So it's OK Speed and Custom. So
Oklahoma. Just take off the Lahoma, and you get OK Speed and Custom.
Yep.
I'm a little more enthused about it than he is. So our buddy Charlie, he's gonna be doing some of the editing. He's learning that as they go. And then y'all know Slick, and Slick's into the old hot rod stuff, so that's what they're kind of trying to focus on. They're involved in a lot of stuff that you won't ever see on my channel, what they're running around doing in their spare time and stuff. So they finally decided to team up, and you can check that out. Besides subscribing, check out some of those videos, guys. For him to be able to grow, for them to be able to grow, you got to monetize, which means you got to make money doing it. It's hard to like spend all your time doing it, trying to grow something when you're not making money doing it. Ask me, I did it for 3 years, not making a dime.
Yep. The hard way.
Yeah, the hard way. But yeah, be patient with them as they figure out. They're quickly realizing that it ain't just about recording what you're doing. It's about creating content. Kind of what we were talking about a minute ago. Why do you do that? Because we got to create content. So you got to figure out how to create content folks want to watch. So check them out. Be patient with them. Help them grow. Y'all been asking for Slick to start a channel for a long time. So here you go. Go support it. Pulled the lid off, and she actually sprayed out a little bit. Had a little bit of pressure. Nothing hot. That just lets me know she wasn't completely bone dry in there. I'm gonna call that topped off for now. Now, I love these things because they're convenient. It's quite handy. But if you're relying on it as your battery, it is a pain to be able to mount it somewhere. And our grill is already broken, so we could probably hang that from there up to this bracket or something. Now, yeah. Reposition. Try again. Quality. One latch is good enough for me. Pop! Theo. Oh, Theo was the laziest dog I ever had seen. He was an old lazy dog. He laid around on his butt. Oh, he laid all day and he laid all night. He laid on his left and he laid on his right. He laid all the way till sun went down. I'm making up a song and I ain't doing good. There's a piece of junk carburetor under that hood. And will this rig ever get us to town? We better stick to not fixing carburetors instead of trying to make music. Old Puddin' jacked all day and he jacked all night. He jacked with all of his strength and he jacked with all of his might. Hold on. We're not gonna make the jacking song. Never mind. He jacked real hard. Oh boy. Sometimes I just say stuff and I don't think about what I'm saying because I don't mean to say it like that, but then it clicks in my head what I said. And the worst thing is, half the time I don't even catch all of them. And then I watch back the video and I'm like, did I really say that? Set on down to the old junkyard. Whoop! Ditch them over there in the actual wheel and tire pile. Need to sort through that before too long. But down here, this old Toyota Stout came with these. Yeah, they would probably hold air. Not sure how quick they would lose air, but right over here, that's holding. These may, hopefully they'll fit. Now I don't think these are fitting quite right, but they're spinning. I don't know if we're rubbing too much on that is what I was getting at, or bore there, but that's good enough. That's better than being flat. And coming down. All right, with all four, or with two more tires on the back, so all four got air. We think she'll start good enough to be able to control the idle or control the throttle somewhat from the inside. We're pretty sure we're gonna be able to at least shift gears. I think if we pull it on out of here, we'll be able to see if we cannot finally reach my goal of driving it off the trailer. Yeah! Yeah! Don't get scared now, Theo. Now let's inside. Boy, you gotta learn karate. You gotta hang out around here, huh? Hey-ya! Much more training you need, Theo. Ciao, Theo. I am a fan of the eBay straps. I like those ends having the chains for the pockets. Obviously not pulling out 20-foot extra straps, nice. All right, let's see here. Slick said no brake, but it actually has a little bit. The brakes are just dragging. Come on, baby! Woo-hoo-hoo! She's a ripper! I think she's maybe flooding. I'll give her the ultimate test. Let's see if we can make it through the field. It's been raining, so this ain't smart. Should be real soft in here somewhere. And mainly what we're doing, woo! Besides asking for trouble, somewhere in here should be my other tripod. I lost it last time I was out here. Carburetor is definitely not happy. It's all right if you're giving it gas, but when you're not, as far as like trying to hold an idle and stuff like that. If you wanted to actually drive it, she would not be your friend. But the motor sounds happy enough for driving around here and having a little fun right now. Little rig's running though, running and driving. Let's see what happens when you hit her with some potato salad. No! No! That done tried to kill me. I mean, guys, I don't know what else you could ask for out of this little rig. She's practically a mudding machine at this point. See that? She's pert near got a built-in parking brake. I was trying to see if we could park on the hill. Temperature gauge is coming up. Oh, fuel gauge is working. As much as we've been driving it, we could probably reach and tell which brake's dragging, you know what I mean? You just don't want to hold idle. I mean, let's see. Not that one. That ain't hot. That ain't hot. I don't feel no temperature up in there. It's this one. Yeah, that caliper's hot. Let's see if we can find the caliper on this side. Not as hot. What in the doodaddy is that? Huh? We're ready to harvest our seed here. I've been farming for years. So the back brakes did feel like they were dragging a little bit, but like I said, not enough to be hot there. Maybe a collapsed line up to that front caliper causing it to drag some or something. That thing likes being balls to the wall. As long as you're giving her the gas, it's happy. You try to just put around and it ain't too happy. Slick said the pedal was rock hard. They didn't realize that was just because it had damn good brakes. Little power slide there. We parked that thing right over here in May Run Valley. And because that one may run, 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 that one may run. A few of them may run. You just got to do a whole nother will it run and give it what it needs. Oh man, not our good lens. Guys, I did not know what I was really getting. I told you we went and looked off of 3 pictures, and I'm not mad with what we got. Little motor sounds strong and healthy. Oil change, tune-up, carburetor swap. Basically what all the engines need. I'll have to see in the footage if it was still smoking as bad. Now don't forget, I did put a lot of seafoam in there, so we're expecting some smoke. You know, when I was hot rodding down the back over there, you may have heard that she died. Well, I did a turnaround in grass, and I was just suspecting that my ground, or one of my wires may have come undone, and sure enough, the ground had. I'm sure weeds just caught it and knocked it off. So that probably permanent, but somewhat temporary setup let me down already. That's fine. I'm sure it's got probably at least 10,000 miles in it like that. Like I said, I don't know what we're gonna do. We got the sausage wagon right over there. That engine's trash. It needs a whole new engine, or we'd probably have that one going. This one, I'm not in love with the look of it. I didn't mention that gray or silver is like my least favorite color. White steelies ain't gonna look good with it. We'd almost have to go to a black steely. I don't think those factory ones would look good black. I almost think it would need a bigger set of wheels. I don't know, 6-lug. There's not a lot of 6-lug wheels I like out there. I'm usually a steely type of guy. It may actually look good with the orange wheels on it. Mash the orange off that. I don't know. O'Reilly's has been wanting me to build them one. We've kind of talked about that. Maybe this is a good candidate to do a green color on, almost like the color green on that C10 over there and then change the stripes on. I don't know, guys. Anyways, we're gonna wrap up there. Puddin'sFabShop.com for that good quality merchandise. We had just released on the main channel on Monday, so maybe there's still some stuff on there. Be sure to check it out. I think we released some shirts and some hats. We appreciate all the support there. Now speaking of Box Truck Mafia, whoo, we got a new design in the works and it's cool. Anyhow, I'm on the Instagrammer, I'm on the Facebooker. Oh, y'all got a sneak peek. Y'all probably noticed that camper ain't on the back of that Toyota over there anymore. Oopsie daisy. Patreon, I'm on a mission to get some more work done. Much other than that, I will see you guys next time. However, do not forget, sitting on your ass will not finish your project. I'll see y'all on the next one. Hot damn, there's so much BSery. We had to start a whole channel for all the extras. Be sure to go check out Puddin's Fab Shop if you ain't seen that baby yet. Come on! Your air compressor laid down, Dad.
What?
The old 20-gallon.
Did it really?
Old pumps.
Finally?
Pump's knocking and she ain't pumping no more.
God dang.
R.I.P.
We was just bragging on her last week.
we bragged too much on her.
Too much. $20 down the drain. What am I gonna do?
I think we got our money's worth.
Golly. It's like, well, we ought to paint it.
We should've-
bronze or something, hang it from the rafters.
We should have never changed the oil in it.
Yeah, probably.